Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN. Today, we are finally going to be unveiling the goods for all of you. So the video you've been waiting for, which is the G2 KvK Kingdom Pool registration review. Who registered? Who hasn't? Who wants the smoke? Who be ducking? Homies and homegirls. We got to be gender neutral. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you throw us up because it helps a lot. Do it or I'll find you. Today, let's get into it. So at the moment, we have 151 kingdoms that has registered for the Season 3, aka Rise of the Dragon KvK storyline. This is a record. Previous record was low 100s. Now we're at 151. Keep in mind, registration hasn't ended yet. We still got a number of hours until reset. Also, the data that I pulled, so I'm a little bit jaded slightly, in a very light way. And that's because before I started recording this, there was 152 kingdoms as of maybe 20, 30 minutes ago. And now there's 151. So shame on you for invalidating 100% of the data invalidating a portion of the data to where now it's not 100% accurate. So yeah, you can kick rocks. Anyways, we will do another poll as well after. I'll do another go through and pass after registration finishes, and then we're going to show you the PvP stats. Today, we're going to look at top 300 stats. I'll show you some migration numbers, and then who has registered for which storyline at the moment. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the goods. All right. So we're going to start by going top down for kingdoms, and then we'll go over what kind of some of the color schemes mean and things. Again, I'm just going to kind of show you all the kingdoms. We'll do one pass through right now, and we'll do, was that 38? Yeah, 90. Okay, good. Got to make sure I'm remembering where I'm at. Then we're going to look at all of the kingdoms. So we'll probably go migration first, and then after migration, we'll do registration. After registration, then we will do top 300. So that way you guys can see that. So we'll kind of give you 3 looks at the sheet today. Now, for those of you asking, because again, I know I do get this question often, boss, are you going to make the sheet public? Short answer is yes, I will make it public, but I'll be making it public. Well, yeah, we'll see. Because I can always just kind of do 2 versions of it and then just kind of like copy it or maybe make a second copy, which might be an okay way of doing it now that I think about it. So yeah. So for those of you wondering, will I be making this sheet public? I will make this public at least 24 hours after the video is up. So I'll just make a copy of this and I'll put this on my Discord. So I'll put it on my COD data stats section. So for anyone that's interested, you can go ahead and access it there. Link to the Discord is always in the pinned comment description below. You'll just react to CallofDragons, and then you'll look for the COD Data Stats channel, and it'll probably be in the temporary field. All right, let's go ahead and look at who has been winning migration. Now, keep in mind, this I think is from at least a day or longer ago for migration so far. And I'll give this a quick pass. Keep in mind, some of these kingdoms are rebuilds. EIS is an example, BXS. Some of these, right, that's just what, just to mention that as an important asterisk. But I just wanted to show you guys kind of who's winning some of the migration race right now, at least for this particular season. And we'll go down to at least give, right, some of the kingdoms some shout outs. Again, we also took statuses now. The status has not been updated as of yet. I'll do that once registration finishes, and I'll also grab the updated migration numbers, as well as figuring out what the final official registration numbers are, and then who has registered and not registered. That way we just have a little bit cleaner of an idea on that one. And also, so everyone gets some love out there as well. And I don't foresee this being too long of a video. I'm going to try and keep it nice, short, and sweet, and to el punto. So now we're getting to about 6, 7, and 9 for the amount of migrants that have entered into some of the kingdoms. Working our way to the 4 and 3s. I think there are some 0s here, because I think there are some that just have not gotten anyone in. So we'll probably stop around there. We don't necessarily need to go the whole way through. And then bam, there's the 0s that you'll see. Okay, that felt great. Let's move our way up. Now, we're going to look at all the kingdoms that have registered in order of kingdom number. So what we need to do first is go kingdom, and then we're going to go registered, and bam. So these are all the kingdoms. Again, keep in mind, there's 152 here out of 151 that we showed you that have actually registered at the moment. So again, all of these are in kingdom, or I should say numeric order, going bottom up or bottom top, up, down, up. You guys know what I mean. Just so you guys can kind of see. Now, the orange colors here, these are ones, anyone that you see in orange or that you have seen in orange, those are for kingdoms that recently, as of maybe the last day or two ago, just got a king or queen, meaning those kingdoms were empty, as in just void or vacant of having a king or queen, and then they recently got one. And again, you'll notice like they still registered, right? So we're almost there out of 150 that you'll be able to see. 304 as an example is one that even though they just got a king or queen, right, they registered. Then right here at 151, 152. And then you also see some kingdoms here in a moment where these ones had some that did register for Winter is Upon Us. Now, this is still at 10. That was still the same in-game. So I do believe this list is accurate at the moment. However, I want to point out two notes here. One is that Kingdom 108, which is around 15.5 billion. And keep in mind, top 300 data was pulled as of reset. So this is, 12 hours old, right? 12, maybe 14 hours old on this data pool that Fuzzy hit me up with this morning. This kingdom was originally registered for Season 3, and then they unregistered and registered for Winter is Upon Us. Kingdom 16 at 10.7 bill was registered for Season 3. They have since unregistered. And again, we'll take a look and see where everyone ends, but just to say that they could have been at 153, right? Because now there's one of these kingdoms, one of the current 152 that did unregister that I have to go find. So, yeah, I know. A lot more work. Am I salty? Just a little bit. We'll continue pushing on. So now we get to the top 300 powers. You guys can see how everyone looks top down. And this is it. So this is what you got for strongest kingdoms top down. Now, the cool thing I like about this is that if we scroll down to, I think it's around 35 or 36. It's one of those that you'll see here in a moment. You have Kingdom 108, which we mentioned, right? They're at about 15.5 bill. They could have, or I'm sorry, they did register for Season 3, but then unregistered. From here, we actually could have had, so I can point this out here, we could have had the top 53 kingdoms register for Season 3, but instead, we had to have one person that just threw the wrench in the tire track. You guys know what I mean? Or in the cogs. Kingdom 86 has not registered yet, at least again, as of recording. 12.3 bill. They could. If they do, that'd be awesome, like a possum. As we continue our way down, we have a few more, right? 16 is one. 34 hasn't registered, though. But 16 is one that we mentioned before, right? They did register for Season 3, then unregistered. 95, this is one of those kingdoms that just got a king or queen. They registered, right? You see some of the Winners Upon Us groups. Ooh. And again, now we're just kind of looking at, now we're a little bit below 10 bill. You can see lots of registrations. 348 has not registered yet. I can't remember where I was. I think around here. Excuse me. 103. That's not peace sign. That's the second yawn. I'm just letting you guys know which number. 103 did recently get a king or queen. 150 people came in. So that's probably a rebuild, maybe. And then, but they haven't registered. We got 444 SCL. They got 112 people coming in, but again, they haven't registered yet. 311 hasn't registered yet either. We got 337 hasn't registered. 160, 70, 265, 288 hasn't registered yet. But again, I mean, you see a lot of other kingdoms around. Like I said, you have to think about this. If you register, which is why I am such a big advocate for people registering, you will get paired. You will have a higher percentage chance of getting matched with kingdoms around your power level. That's the whole point. The bigger the pool, the more likely it is that you're going to get matched with kingdoms that are more balanced or more near where you are. Whether that's your top 300 power, whether that's the amount of spenders you have, if that's maybe your growth rate compared to other kingdom growth rates, they will try to match you ideally and hopefully as the best they can from the available pool. That's why it's important that as many people register that can register as possible. Yeah, again, I'm a big advocate for that because if you skip, I'll tell you this much. If you skip, you may not get into as big of a pool as this, and most likely you won't. And then you may end up in a situation where if you stayed in this pool, or if you registered for this current pool, you could have had a more balanced and fair matchup. Whereas if you skip, you then have a higher percentage chance of having a more unbalanced and unfair matchup. That's just how the numbers work. But again, to each their own. I'm only here to show off the data and give you my opinion. So we got 189. Now we're kind of getting a little bit lower here, right, as we're reaching like the 1 bills. And I want to give a shout out to 2 kingdoms here in a moment, at least one, I should say, because to me, they're just absolute rock stars. My shout out is going to Kingdom 20 and 297. They registered for Season 3, and they're below 8 million power. 8 million, that's with an M. Million, not billion. 8 million power for the top 300. So you know what? Dude, respect to the day to Kingdom 20 and 297. You give them hell. Or, you know, smoke, whatever it is. You're just like blowing some dust in their face. It doesn't matter. You're champions in my heart. And you stay classy, San Diego. That's it for me, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Anything that's surprising? Are you excited for what is history in the making of the largest KvK kingdom pool to date? And hopefully, it'll only keep growing from here. That's it. Until next time, we'll catch you later.